said he would work on. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, look at us now. We're on 155 episodes in St. Augustine, Florida. Yes, my attire may look a little different right now, but you'll find out why in just a few minutes. For now, though, we'd like to thank everybody for being here on the last day of September 2024. Davey.
Yes.
We always like to thank the Pirate and Treasure Museum, right? They are our big sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, and if you're in St. Augustine, you want to go to the Pirate and Treasure Museum and enjoy a good walkthrough or take a tour with Captain Mayhem. Also, how do you find this show? Ladies and gentlemen, go to our QR code, YouTube, Captain's Quarters Podcast. Find out all about us. One of the positive things we keep getting messages on from everybody that watches the show is that we have a bit of variety for everybody. If you want to find out, go to that QR code and you can watch any of the other 154 episodes, plus a plethora, that's a good word, a plethora of shorts. And we'll be adding some more. Not my shorts. No, you don't want to see my shorts, but short videos. Now, we always like to start off with some honors and kudos. 8 Bells, sponsored by the Riker family of reenactors. Ladies and gentlemen, they do Spanish, they do British, they do Ren Fair, they do Colonial, and they do Pirate. They'll be a part of our Spooktacular this year, and we always appreciate having the Rikers there. Now, I don't have my normal glasses with me, so I'm running not quite as blind as my brother who's sitting down in the corner there, but I will have problems seeing this, so let's hope I can read it. Davey, how many do we have?
We got 8 regular ones and then just one big one for all the people that perished in the hurricane.
All right, very good. Thank you very much. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Ladies and gentlemen, Dame Margaret Natalie Smith. All right, let's see if one of these other pair of glasses will work better. I'm going to get a bigger screen, I can swear it. Well, that didn't work. So I'll fake it with these. Ladies and gentlemen, she was a British actress known for her wit in comedy roles. She had an extensive career on stage and screen over 7 decades as one of Britain's most recognizable and prolific actresses. She received numerous accolades, including 2 Academy Awards, 5 BAFTA Awards, 4 Emmy Awards, 3 Golden Globe Awards, and a Tony Award. Smith was one of the few performers to earn the Triple Crown of Acting. From 2001 to 2011, Smith gained significant international recognition and acclaim for playing Professor Minerva McGonagall in the Harry Potter movies. From 2010 to 2015, she appeared as Violet Crowley, Dowager Countess of Grantham, in the British period drama Downton Abbey. In 1991, she appeared as Granny Wendy in Steven Spielberg's 1991 hit movie Hook, a fantasy adventure film based on the Peter Pan character. In 92, Smith starred as Mother Superior in the Whoopi Goldberg comedy film Sister Act and its sequel, Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. She was 89 years old. Rocky Moran Sr., an American race car driver, he charted 3 Indianapolis 500-mile races, 1988, 89, and 90. Indianapolis 500, with a best finish of 14th in 89. Moran was also teamed with P.J. Jones and Mark Dismore to win the 93 24 Hours of Daytona event. He was 74. Moving to a different position. Catherine Vanessa Glover, an American professional choreographer, dancer, singer, and rapper. Glover was best known for her work with Prince in the late 1980s. He choreographed and appeared in several of his videos and his concert film, Sign of the Times. Traveled with him as a backing vocalist and dancer on the Sign of the Times tour and Love Sexy tour, and rapped on both the Black Album track Cindy C and the Love Sexy song Alphabet Street. She was 62. Joseph James Wolf, an American professional basketball player and coach. Wolf played 11 seasons in the NBA for 7 different teams. He played college basketball for North Carolina Tar Heels, and in '87 he was named first team All-ACC. Prior to UNC, Wolf was one of the most successful high school players in Wisconsin state history. He was 59. Donald Drake Hogstein, an American actor best known for his long-running role as John Black on the American soap opera Days of Our Lives. He was 70 years old. John David Ashton, an American actor known for his roles in the Beverly Hills Cops films, Some Kind of Wonderful and Midnight Run. His early film credits also include roles in An Eye for an Eye, Breaking Away, Borderline, Honky Tonk Freeway, Last Resort, and King Kong Lives. He was 76 years old. Christopher Christopherson, an American country singer, songwriter, and actor. Among his songwriting credits are Me and Bobby McGee, For the Good Times, Sunday Morning Coming Down, and Help Me Make It Through the Night, all of which were hits for other artists as well. As an actor, Chris Christopherson also was known for his roles in Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, Bloom in Love, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, A Star Is Born, which earned him a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Convoy, Heaven's Gate, Stagecoach, Lone Star, and the Blade Film Trilogy, 1998 to 2004. Christopherson was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2004 and received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2004. He was 88 years old. 88? Yes, 88. I'm going to get this next one wrong. Anargyros Nicholas Karabunitis, commonly known as Archie Karras, was a Greek-American gambler, high roller, poker player, and pool shark, famous for the largest and longest documented winning streak in casino gambling history. Simply known as The Run, when he drove to Las Vegas with $50 in December of '92 and turned it into a $10,000 loan into more than $40 million by the beginning of '95, only to lose it all later that year. Karras himself claimed to have gambled with more money in casinos than anyone else in history. He was 73 years old. And to all of the passing Hurricane Helene victims in 2024, it went and took its toll across many states, ladies and gentlemen. And it'd be nice for us to make sure that we can constantly remember that Mother Nature chooses no one over anyone. And it can be very bad. Lots of people have passed and perished from Florida all the way up into the Carolinas. So please remember that. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, always remember, if you can help, that's great. But do remember, you have your own towns to help out in too also. So we give credit. We give honor, we raise a glass. Cheers to all, honor to everyone. Thank you. Joke of the week with Minnie Mayhem. Kind of brighten it up a little bit after all that. So ladies and gentlemen, Minnie Mayhem, come on in.
Ahoy, mates. Minnie Mayhem here with Joke of the Week. Sponsored by Salt City Comics. What happened to the pirate that swallowed a bunch of keys? Think about it, and I will give you the answer at the end of the show.
I'm not sure I want to know. That one probably is going to be funny. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, quote of the week, sponsored by Spyglass Travel. If you want a good walking tour of the oldest city in the nation, check us out. Call up my friends Kevin and Angie at Spyglass Travel and get a good walking tour of the city. Not only do you get good history and learn much, you get a good cardio workout because their tours are about an hour long. A lot of walking. So give us the quote of the week, Davey. Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. I like that one. Very good. Very, very good. Thank you, Davey. Spyglass Travel brings you that one. And of course, we put in a new segment called National Day Of, and it is time to talk about National Day Of. I have 5, Davey. Is that what you had?
Yes.
So, now you know why I'm wearing an orange shirt. Today is National Orange Shirt Day. Promotes awareness about the Indian residential school system still impacting Native American communities in the United States and Canada. Known as National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, the day honors the children forced into Indian boarding schools. In addition, the day also remembers those who never returned home. I have my orange shirt on. National Love People Day asks us to lift others up through profound power of unconditional love. National Love People Day tasks us to understand the unconditional love required. That unconditional love requires a dedication most human beings aren't given. But when we wholeheartedly love our neighbors with steadfast devotion, the world is a better place. It is a practical application of love your neighbor as yourself, and would also be very good for people to understand that even if you have a difference of opinion in this political nightmare that is happening to us right now, name calling and bullying is not a way to celebrate National Love People Day. National Hot Mulled Cider Day warms our homes with a scent of cinnamon, nutmeg, and apple. Fall welcomes toasty mugs of mulled cider to wrap our chilled hands around. Such a cozy way to spend an evening, sipping a tart spiced beverage on a chilly evening while gazing at trees ablaze in crimson, gold, and orange. It is a perfect time to celebrate this holiday and enjoy this delightful drink. What makes it better there, Captain Mayhem?
I like rum added to it.
There you go. Rum it is. Your favorite rum you put on it and make it an even better hot mulled cider day. What's next, Davey? National Mud Pack Day. I know some people. I know. National Mud Pack Day gives permission to get muddy. Step in mud, play with mud, put mud on your face. Mud packs are mixtures of therapeutic clays. When applied to the skin, increase circulation, ease muscle tension, release toxins, and boost immunity. They work well on oily and some combination skin types. While commonly used as a facial, mud packs treat the entire skin surface. So go out and get some mud. And National Chewing Gum Day exercises our jaws. At this point, I would say I know a whole lot of people that don't need their jaws exercised. But anyway, pop a bubble or freshen your breath with your favorite piece of chewing gum. Humans have used chewing gum for over 5,000 years. They may have chewed it for enjoyment, to stave off hunger, or to freshen their breath, much like we do today. The sources used to make gum resulted in minty, sweet, chewable globs of wax or sap resin that fulfilled the human urge to gnaw, as Mandy eats whatever she's eating.
Mandy, are you eating gum?
I am not. I have little pirate popcorn things is what it's called. It's pirate something.
Pirate booty. Popcorn.
Yeah.
So that is it. I do have a question of the week. And tomorrow being the start of Halloween season, what are your top 3 Halloween movies? Now, this is sponsored by our own wonderful, lovely vixens, witches, and mermaids of the ancient city sirens. If you want good dance for any of your events, well, there you have it. And ladies and gentlemen, what are your 3 top Halloween movies? I have a couple, but I'd like to see what everybody else has. I went and looked at the top 21 Halloween movies. There were a couple that are not Halloween movies, but in fact, believe it or not, E.T. is considered one of the top 21 Halloween movies. Why? Because the movie happens around the time frame of Halloween. The number 2 movie, believe it or not, is the Sanderson Sisters, Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have been number 1. But now that's variety. I did look at 3 other listings, and it's number 1 and a couple of others. There were some movies I'd never heard of before, so I guess I'm going to have to go in and do that. So we'll see what happens. Will the historian just said Pete Rose passed. Well, damn. I guess we'll put him in our 8 bells next week, Davey.
When did that happen?
And I already know the question I'm going to ask next week. That's a hint. Since we're going to talk about Pete Rose, we'll see if anybody has an idea what the question might be. All right. So, Davey, go ahead and give us This Week in Nautical History, sponsored by Florida Water Tours. You want a great tour of the city by water? Florida Water Tours is who you need to contact. Go ahead, Davey.
Welcome to This Week in Nautical History, sponsored by our friends at Florida Water Tours. Experience the Intercoastal Waterway at its finest, featuring picture-perfect attractions. We begin This Week in Nautical History in the year 1661. Yachting begins in England as King Charles II beats his brother James, Duke of York, in a yacht race from Greenwich to Gravesend. 1778. Captain James Cook anchors at Alaska. 1787. First U.S. voyage around the world. Columbia leaves Boston. 1836. After 5 years at sea, Charles Darwin returns to England aboard the HMS Beagle. 1861. Naval engagement at Charleston, South Carolina. USS Flag vs. BR Alert. 1863. Confederate sub David damages Union ship Ironsides. Also in 1863, 5 Russian warships welcomed in New York City. 1954. First nuclear submarine, USS Nautilus, commissioned by the U.S. Navy. 1955. Soviet battleship Novorossiysk strikes World War II mine in Baltic Sea. And finally, in 1986, Soviet Yankee-class sub sinks off North Carolina. 3 die. And that was This Week in Nautical History.
Very good, Davey. Very good. And we always like to talk about what other pirate crews are doing, which is part of our show for tonight. But first 3 things we're going to talk about. Spooktacular.
Mr. Longwood, have you heard? The St. Augustine Swashbucklers are bringing back Spooktacular for Halloween this year.
I got that sounds
Aye. It'll be on the grounds of the Colonial Quarter. And they have many family-friendly haunts, like the ship with 37 crew,
Good one.
a cemetery, a mermaid lair,
Oh, that's a very good one.
and, well, we won't give you any more details. The imagination is up to you. Come out and see us.
Very good, Davey. Do you have the skeleton poster I sent you? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to be in our event but can't be in our event, if you'd like to help us add skeletons to our crew, make a $30 donation. We will put your name on that skeleton and place it somewhere in the scenes. We will also make sure we take pictures and show you. And if you happen to come out one of the 3 nights, we expect you to take a picture next to your skeleton. We will also give you several children's passes to do with as you please and to give them away. And I want to share with you something brand new. So there's the Venmo, if you want to do that. I know that the captain of Ancient City Privateers is online watching us right now. I appreciate that. We always love that. I do see Emily in there. And I will let you know that the captain of Ancient City Privateers was the first one to jump on board with this new idea to add skeletons to our crew. We thank him very much. And we are going to acquire all those skeletons, believe it or not, this week. We actually had pretty good postings from it, pretty good support. I'm hoping for a little bit more. And as always, all the money we raise, we've raised almost enough sponsorship money that 100% of the proceeds will be going to those two charities, Inc. and Alia's Acres. And just a quick note, St. Augustine Swashbucklers will be helping Alia's Acres this week. Their farm, where they keep all the animals, because it's a no-kill animal shelter. Their barns, their stables, their everything was destroyed by the hurricane that went through them. So we're going to make a donation to them right away this week to help them out. I've already sent an email. We're hoping to hear from them very quickly. On that note, Davey, pop up. Did I say, there it is right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our poster. That's our flyer. That's what we're going to share off with everybody. And you might see right there in the middle, Marco's Pizza has agreed to give every child that comes through a very special treat, courtesy of Marco's Pizza. Since they're a pizza place, you might can figure out what everybody's going to get. So all the children are going to get a slice of pizza. We're also working on some kind of an idea to make sure all the children get something to drink. We are considering asking a few pirate crews if they want to step in, but it is something that just started in idea stage with our own crew about 4 hours ago. So we're still trying to figure out what to do. We're thinking along the lines of, well, I won't say, but if anybody's watching and wants to participate in any way, shape, or form to help us out on this, to give the kids drink and a snack, well, let us know. One of the other things that we're doing, every scene, with only a few exceptions, the kids will get something at every scene. The spider scene, the kids are going to get spider rings. If they go to the jail and look in the jailhouse, they're going to get a key, a magic key. They're going to get candy sent down the cannon chute from the ship itself. And there's a few others, like the mermaid scene we'll be giving away, the cemetery scene we'll be giving away. We're going to give a little something, a little present to every kid that comes through. And believe it or not, based on the numbers of 2 years, we are now planning on 1,000 children in 3 nights. So we're looking forward to this. Come on out and join us, and let's see what we can do. Thank you, Davey, for that. And the next one is, let's don't do Panama City yet, because we're going to do that with our guest who is sitting right there, Ransom Mayhem from the other. I almost wore my Order Leviathan hat tonight.
You should have.
I wonder what I did with it. I had it on and then I put it down because sometimes I look stupid in a baseball hat.
I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, don't say anything. Let's give the floor to Mandy for a minute, because Mandy got to hang out at FanX in Utah. And that sounded like a lot of fun. Did you have fun?
Oh, it was a blast. So we set up our 2 pirate ships and we fundraised for education while we're there. But we sent my daughter around with a press badge. So I know I've seen the audio. We're trying to clean it up right now with one of the celebrities from One Piece, which is the live action pirate anime.
Which one of the characters?
Ward. His last name is Ward, is the actor. Stephen John Ward. She just corrected me over there. What's the name of the actor?
While you're talking, we'll look him up.
She got a lot of photos and stuff like that. One of the fun things about this event is they moved us again for my booth. And we had John Rhys Davies, Dominic Monaghan, Billy Boyd, and Matthew Lillard all come to our booth. So it kind of makes it fun. So there's some of the fun photos. Those are the ones for my Facebook. I sent some to you, Davey, in the captain's quarters thing. They went into a photos drive because I could not get them to send.
Oh.
One of the fun things about Utah is we have the highest nerd culture across the US. So the amount of cosplayers you find is insane. Some of these people will spend 6-7 months plus working on these costumes, and then they take them to all the different conventions and go try to enter them in and win prizes and stuff like that. So, but we have a lot of fun with everybody. The Deadpool photos, one of them I think was on my Facebook, maybe not. My buddy does Deadpool and everybody thinks he's Ryan Reynolds. So that adds to the fun. But the sheer amount of chaos, they broke attendance records every single day down there. Thursday, you could barely even move on the floor. Come Saturday, you weren't walking anywhere. And we take over the entire Salt Palace convention floor. I found out Saturday that they actually go up 3 levels. So it's the entire Salt Palace Convention Center, 3 levels up. And it was just crazy, but so much fun. So many different people dressed in so many different things. So did you get those or find them at all?
I did. He plays Dracul. Hold on a minute. Let me get rid of this because I was trying to send it. He plays Dracul Mihawk, considered to be in One Piece the most outstanding sword fighter of all. And he has a huge sword that he carries around with him. I remember that character. I love the One Piece action, the live action. I wasn't a big fan of the anime, but I love the live action, and I remember this character. I can't wait for a couple of the others. So
yeah, we have some video of him. He apparently grew up obsessed with pirates. So maybe there's a shot you can even get him on the podcast to come and talk, but he loves Pirates of the Caribbean. He loves pirate everything. He was trying to get out of his booth to come find out or see the pirate ships when my daughter told him about them, because he was one of the celebrities that hadn't been over yet. So that's like a huge obsession for him. So I think the part, from what it sounds like, is something that he's like inapt to like attached into, because it's the stuff that he loves. So
yes, well, let's see what we can do. Maybe we can get him on board. It would be a lot of fun. I know that two of the Pirate of the Caribbean performers that we met at Ancient City Con want to be on our podcast, and in fact, the one that's height challenged, and I can't think of his first name right off the top of my head right now.
Martin Kaliba.
Yes, he wants to come out to Ancient City, to our Pirate Fest in February.
I tried to get him to come here.
If I can work out the details, I'll bring him over. So we'll see what happens. He lives in Nashville, Tennessee, believe it or not. So it's a little easier than getting him out of California. So we'll see what happens. So that was pretty cool. I understand that Gina Davis was there, but she was so popular, you just didn't get a chance to go see her.
yeah, so she was one of the harder ones to get to. Matthew Lillard had an hour and a half plus wait to get up to him. The picture I have of him that went on my Facebook was right after he took the picture of my pirate ships. And I was like, wait, that's Matthew Lillard standing right here.
Bless you, mate. Bless you.
Thank you.
That.
Well, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, anything else you want to report? We are working on some ideas to get included into FanX in 2 different locations in the United States now, believe it or not, people. And I just got an offer to be at another con late last night that I am seriously considering, last minute, but it's in Georgia, and I'm seriously considering it. So now that we've done a con or 2, we're getting invited to others because, hey, Pirate Character and the podcast are becoming fairly well known. So we'll see what happens. I think it's a good idea. What do you think, Mandy?
I think it's a great idea to start learning more on getting exposed into these conventions, because it's a good way to grow and raise awareness for what you're doing. Not to mention, if you can get the interviews, you can talk to their contacts, because they're usually on site, to be able to arrange interviews to bring them on for longer conversations and stuff like that too.
And, we are considering doing this membership where we would have a more private show where people can then tune in and be a part of the show. If we do this, we're considering doing it in 2025, which means that people would be in squares like you are right here, and they would have direct conversation with the stars and celebrities we bring in. And it might be a way for us to have what are called after-hour shows or behind-the-scenes shows or whatever we might want to call it. We haven't come up with a name for it yet, but we'll come up with a name for it. It would be an additional thing that we can do with the podcast, which I think would do very well. The more we do, the more it costs us too. So we have to be careful, because sometimes bringing on some of these celebrities may cost us a little money too, but it could be.
I was going to say, I don't think Daniel was paying for any of the authors and stuff that he's had on his podcast, because they like to do interviews.
Good.
It's just a matter of getting in contact with the right people to connect them through. We did learn over the weekend that some of my friends actually were running handlers for some of these celebrities, but they couldn't get them on their phones because they were so busy.
Well, Vanessa Branch wants to do one of our shows before Christmas. So I've got to get on the stick with her and get her on board. So that'll be a lot of fun. And if I can get her here, it'll be much more fun to have her here. But we'll see what happens. So yeah, these cons really open up the door for people that have good podcasts, especially if they're a theme podcast like we are, there was another podcast there's a podcast actually going on right now in the Pirate and Treasure Museum. There's a man named Fred Banks who's written a couple of books about metal detecting treasure hunting along the Treasure Coast. And he's now in the Pirate Museum with the curator, Matthew Frick. And they're doing a podcast for Treasure Hunters Podcast. I have to go look for it. But they're doing a tribute to Captain Fitz because he passed away several weeks ago. So I'll have to go ahead and get that. But Mr. Banks, when I talked to him today, he was very interested in coming on board and talking about metal detecting treasure hunting along Florida's coast. So that'll be an interesting one too. It opens up the doors. So we'll see what happens. On that note, I guess we don't really need to introduce our guest because almost everybody knows who it is. It is Captain Ransom Mayhem from Panama City, Florida, or I should say Panama City Beach, Florida. And he is part of the Pirates of the High Seas Pirate Festival. You realize, I know you do, but we're going to tell our listeners, Captain Mayhem and the St. Augustine Swashbucklers, and now the Captain's Quarters podcast, we've been a part of your event. This will be our 10th year.
Yes. I've been doing it for probably 12 to 13 years with them.
And you tried very hard. So we're going to just bounce around on things, but you tried very hard to convince them to put it in the now area where it's at.
Yes.
This will be the third year it's in that area, right?
Yeah, it actually started, if anybody's familiar with Panama City, we have what's called Pier Park, which is strip malls, basically. And we held everything on the road and kept trying to tell them we can make it grow, and I can bring pirates in, but we need to move it so we can have encampments. They finally listened to us 3 years ago, I think it was.
Yeah, this is your third year doing it this way. And they were smart. They combined it with a Renaissance Festival.
Yes, they did. We were real leery of it, or at least I was real leery of it at the beginning, being part of a Ren Fair and Pirate Fest, but it has really paid off. I mean, last year we probably had 15 to 20,000 people come through there.
Yeah.
So
the Ren Fair, now you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but having talked to Patrick and a couple of the others there with your convention bureau, the Ren Fair was not doing as strong as it would have liked to have been doing, and your Pirate Festival had reached a point that it needed to grow anyway.
Right.
So the combination of the two was actually a very smart move on everybody's part.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. And we actually this year there is the people that do the Ren Fairs that dress in the nights and do the jousting and all that. There is actually a competition for that this year that they're bringing in.
Good.
That is a major competition for them.
So they're bringing in jousters from around the area, other parts of the.
Yeah, jousters, sword fighters. I don't know if they have the horses with the jousters and all that, but they are bringing in a lot of the fighting stuff with all the knights.
Well, good. There may be some of them that I know from my contact with the Louisiana Renaissance Festival.
Right. And I will have to say, homage to Tom Mason. Tom Mason was in the Blue Buccaneers, has been our entertainment on the west end of the beach and the east end of the beach for, good God, I can't, probably 9-10 years at least. And with him passing, we want to pay homage to Tom Mason for not being able to be here because of him passing. But we do have new entertainment. We have Celtic Conundrum coming in, and we have Motley Tones out of that I met them in Atlanta at the Ren Fair. So we have two different people coming in to do entertainment as part of it.
And they're themed music groups, right?
Yes. Celtic Conundrum is more Scottish and pirate type stuff. Celtic Motley Tones is going to be more pirate. Very
good. Yeah, Tom Mason. I had a couple of conversations with Jeffrey, Tom Mason's lead guitarist.
Right.
And how do I say this? the Blue Buccaneers will probably only live in our memories from here on out because Jeffrey said without Tom, it's not the same.
Exactly
So
right.
they'll all move on. We are planning, this is tentative, we are planning on the Saturday night of our event, and we're extending Old City Pirate Festival to a second date in 2025. And on the Saturday night of our pirate event, we are planning on a complete evening tribute. Completely, the whole night will be a tribute to Tom Mason.
That's awesome.
And I have a few musicians in the pirate venue who play Tom's music, and several of them have agreed to come out and be a part of it. And my envision is that I have all these different musicians from all different parts of Florida, all playing together. And some of the band members of Tom Mason's old group have said that they might like to try to come out and be a part of it also.
I've had the pleasure of being on stage with Tom Mason multiple times.
Yeah.
I do play percussions and stuff like that, but I never got to play with him because of the events we were doing. I was so busy, but I've had the pleasure of being on stage with Tom Mason.
Yeah, he was
a great friend.
He was a good friend and a very special entertainer. So we'll have to raise on Saturday night around the encampment. We'll have to raise a glass of rum. Although he wouldn't have drank it with us, but we'll have to.
No, he
raise
wouldn't.
it.
Right? Yes, we will. Yeah.
So how many pirate groups do you have coming out now?
Well, we've got Beaufort, North Carolina, the Cannon Crew coming in, Swashbucklers, Cursed Few, Pirates of the White Sands. There's a couple others that have mentioned they want to come in, so I'm not going to say the names until I know that they're coming.
Right.
But we've got probably about 6 different pirate crews coming in. We have a lot of several Mardi Gras pirate crews that'll be coming in town for it. It's actually bigger this year than it was last year.
Well, they've expanded my performance schedule. From what the last I saw, I'm performing on Friday evening sometime. I'm performing on Saturday, and I'm performing on Sunday. And I have to go and look that over. There you go.
Friday starts at like 4:30, 4 o'clock. I'm sorry, I can't see the schedule.
Me either.
The problem with being blind, really, it sucks.
Let me see if I can put my glasses on and make it a little clearer. Very good, Davey, for popping that up there. So
yeah,
Fridays,
I usually have a full-page magnifying glass that I have, and I don't know where I put it.
The captain's at 4.
Okay, all right, that's on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Now they are asking the kids' parade on Friday that any pirate crew that comes in, bring your flag and walk in that parade Friday night.
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody out there listening that's got part of a pirate crew, bring your crew flag, and the parade starts at the beginning of Pier Park Drive and Front Beach Road, and goes up through Pier Park. And then after the parade is what they usually do for Mardi Gras. It's called a second line parade. And they're asking all the pirates to be a part of that, which goes through the different places. Sometimes it actually walks through the restaurant, some of the restaurants that are out there. So they'd like all the pirates to be a part of that also.
So I have to look over the map because I don't remember where the masquerade stage is, but I'm performing at 4 o'clock.
All the stages that for our part of the event, for the encampments and all that, will be at Aaron Bessett's. So you'll either be by the big tent, or if you remember where you were last year, on the other side, on the one side behind the encampment on that small stage. You'll either be there or you'll be on the big stage.
Okay. All right. Very good. So I know I'm performing at 4. Basically, I'm opening the whole damn thing. I guess I'm going to have to come up with something really special for that day.
Very true. Well, the other issue is I've done work for Days Inn, and one of the people that does work for us over there, Misty Joy, her and I do a sword fight battle, but I carry the sword and she throws balls of fire. And they've asked us to do that. Now, the vision issue, her and I are going to have to practice because I usually do it by feel of the heat with the fire because it actually comes within inches of me. But we are supposed to do that Friday and Saturday.
Well, very cool.
We'll see how that does.
Yeah. We'll see all that. So you have food vendors. You have alcohol.
Yeah,
Are
they
you
have.
gonna do-
Last year, if you remember, they had wooden tankards that had our logo on them.
Yeah.
They've ordered 500, I think, of those. I may have the number wrong. And they also ordered new ones that are metal. They're silver. That have the event logo on them. And they've got 500 or 600 of each one of those.
Very cool.
So
I didn't get one last year. I'm going to have to work on it this year.
I'll make sure you get one of the wooden ones or one of the silver ones. I'll make sure of that.
And I'll try to remember to bring out a bottle of the new Old City Gates Distillery's mango Dattle Pepper whiskey.
You may have to bring an extra bottle for me to put in my liquor cabinet.
All right, we'll see what we can do.
There you go.
So it's a 3-day event, Friday,
Yes.
Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
You have period correct encampments of pirates. I know the
Yes.
loose cannon crew. It's always good to see them.
Last year they had 2 tents. I had 1, 3. How many tents you had last year? You had 2 last year?
We had 3 last year.
3 last year. So you're looking at 6 tents from last year. This year we should be anywhere from 8 to 12 tents.
Yeah. I just saw Captain Smoo from Quebec, Canada just came on board. Very good.
Hey,
Parlay
Smoo.
8 is on board with us. Say hello, everybody, to Parlay 8. They have a show every Thursday night.
Parlay 8 will be
Parlay
with
8.
us. Parlay 8 will be in Panama City.
Yep, they
Looking
will.
forward to that.
Let's see. I see Emily Farrell is on board. She will be.
Lady
Her
Red
man
will
is-
be here. Yep.
Her man is in flight all the way back from California, I believe, tonight. So I sent her a message earlier and said, "Hey, your man's out of town. Come hang out with the Mayhem Brothers."
There you go.
So,
I'm looking forward to having Lady Red and Parlay 8 out here with what they're doing for us.
Is Parlay 8 going to do a? Why did that do that? Are you there?
I'm here.
Something happened to my screen.
Oh, there was a picture put up.
Yeah.
It was you, me, Michelle, and I think that's Misty. I think.
Yeah, and Miss Kara.
Yes.
Very good. All right.
David, did you get the videos and stuff we sent?
I can play that. Yeah, here.
Go ahead and play one, baby.
Okay, it's a commercial, I guess.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead.
Hear ye, calling all lords and ladies. This hereby be your invitation to the annual Pirates of the High Seas and Renaissance Fest in enchanting Panama City Beach, Florida. Journey to a land of sun and sand and partake in grand feasts, medieval tournaments, live entertainment, fireworks, and enchanted festival village and treasure drop. The annual Pirates of the High Seas and Renaissance Festival, October 11, 12, and 13. Secure thy passage today and for a most unforgettable journey, go to PCBPiratesFest.com.
Very good. Very
If
good.
you notice the young lady that was breathing the fire,
Yeah.
that's Misty Joy. Her pirate character is Malicious Marley, and that's who I fight with fireballs and sword fighting.
Very cool. You got any other pictures, Davey? What they send in, or what they send
No,
you?
I pulled that one of you guys.
What
I
did
sent you an email that had stuff on it. I don't know what they sent on it.
All they had was the commercial things.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to get onto them.
Yeah, missed their point there. Captain Smoot says that Panama City was his first introduction to piracy.
Was it really?
Oh, come on. Quebec, Canada, French? I think not.
Come on. Hey,
Right.
Smoot, Captain Smoot, come on down to Panama City on the 11th, 12th, and 13th and say hello to us. Come hang out with the Pirates.
So, Parlay 8, will they be doing, are they going to set up, I see they're there, are they going to set up and do some podcasting?
I don't know. I think they're doing vending, but I invited them to do their podcast if they wanted to.
Okay. Since
Are y'all
Davey doesn't come
going
out
to
to
do
this
your
one,
podcast?
let's see if they'll answer that one. Since Davey doesn't come out to this one, I will probably do some stuff with my cell phone and then send it to Davey.
That's
Here's
the parade, right?
That's the parade.
That's the parade looking from Pier Park out to the Gulf.
Yeah, very good. I see Samantha Taylor on. She's from Loose Cannon, right?
Yep, they're coming down.
Yep, very good, very good.
Samantha Taylor, if you could let me know what day you're coming down so I keep an eye out for you.
Now we're going to arrive, myself, my quartermaster, and my sergeant at arms will be there on Thursday. and start setting up everything, and then the rest of our crew will start arriving on Friday.
All right. Well, we are trying to get set up on Wednesday. Last year our ship was out in the front of the event. We're trying to get it set up again as being in the front of the event as a display, and then we're just going to have a good time for the weekend. We do have something special going on with a couple members of our crew. There's going to be a small type wedding ceremony at our event. His new wife, he wants to introduce her to the pirate community and induct her into the pirate community. So we're going to.
Does he know what he's doing?
Yeah, he does. He's the one that asked for it.
Well, then he's going to get it. He asked for it. He's going to get it.
So Friday night will be a very special event, probably about 8, 9 o'clock that evening. And it's going to be a good time. So Saturday, our crew, Pirates of the White Sands, will be doing a stew. We have cast iron pots that will be cooking stew for the crew. So you have a little bit of living history, not as much living history as the Cannon crew because they do way more. And we just want to try to keep up with them because they're the best. And once the event goes on Friday night, there'll be fireworks. There's the kids parade Friday. Then Saturday afternoon, there's a major parade, big parade that takes over more than the kids parade does. So Saturday starts at 5 o'clock. And then again, Saturday evening should be more fireworks. And then once the events are slowed down a little bit, Pirates come over to the encampment area. We all hang out and have a good time and have a camaraderie.
That must be an old one, Davey, because there's listed Tom Mason and the Blue Buccaneers playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
That's an old one. I had a question I was going to ask you. I am going to put this out while we're talking because weather is always a concern with everybody.
Right.
There is another storm down near Central America that is supposed to work its way up past the Yucatan Peninsula and into the Gulf of Mexico.
That is supposed to hit somewhere by next weekend, not by our event.
So
we've only had to cancel 2.
Yeah, and we were there once for a whole weekend when you canceled one of them.
Yeah,
But just so everybody will, I've seen so many worry warts online over the past couple of days. I use National Hurricane Center from NOAA. They're usually the most accurate. And at about 5 o'clock this afternoon, I pulled them up, and there were 6 storms out, 5 of them in the Atlantic and 1 down by Central America. As of now, let's see if there's a time frame on it. As of now, at 7:43, which is an hour ago, 2 of those out in the Atlantic are completely disappeared. They're gone. They pulled themselves out. And
those times and stuff I pulled that's what you get when you go to this website here.
all right, well, we'll have to, Dale, you'll have to let your people know they may have some old stuff on it.
Yeah,
They
they need
might.
to take those off then, because that's what people are going to see.
Let me see if I can get Michelle up to get me those right here. She's down there resting because she's sick.
So anything else in the Atlantic Ocean, you just have to watch.
They're saying the one that's coming off the Caribbean and all that, what they predicted here the last day is just going to be a heavy tropical storm.
Well,
but you can't tell till it gets into the Gulf.
Yeah, once it gets in the Gulf. So I tell everybody, if it storms, it storms. If it's bad enough, events will get canceled, and we hope that nobody suffers, as our friends in Cedar Key have suffered. I've seen the drone footage and everything else, and it was bad, which means that they will not be doing their pirate festival in November.
Right.
And they said they hope to have it again in 2025. And note, the word was hope to have it again. With the amount of damage that happened over there, it's going to take some time.
Yes.
It takes a lot of time to get things rebuilt and reestablished and set up. It doesn't just happen overnight.
The other thing I'm hoping is the Beaufort crew, because they're in North Carolina, doesn't have troubles getting out of North Carolina to come down here.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, we have a family member up in the Carolinas who was kind of stranded up where she was at, but Dell has made sure she's safe and everything's good.
I actually have a granddaughter up there also, and she's good too.
Yeah. So the weather is always a factor, but you can't make your plans based on what might happen 2 weeks from now when it can change drastically within 24 hours. So
Right. Something new that's happening this year for our event is breakfast with pirates. It's going to happen Friday and Saturday. Friday is at Barefoot Hideaway, and then it's just pirates show up and have a good time with the people that are staying at the resort or the hotel. And then Saturday is going to be at Embassy Suites, which is right there beside Pier Park.
Okay.
So, breakfast with pirates.
Cool.
Any pirate that comes in town that wants to be a part of that, please reach out to me and let me know so I can let the TDC. One thing to remember, this is the TDC event. They sponsor this event. We are just proud, and I'm very proud to be a part of this for like 12, 13 years. We call it our event, but it's our event because we set up the pirate part of it with the encampment, but it is actually sponsored and funded by the TDC, and we want to give TDC the big props that they do for this.
Well, they've done a good job. It's been nice to be a part of it for the last 10 years and to watch it grow. In the beginning, it was interesting.
Yes, because we were on the road.
Yeah, we were on the roads and set up tents on concrete sidewalks, and it was interesting. But
yeah, we actually had to build a metal frame to put up our period tent.
Yeah, so it's been interesting. We bring I bring my traveling pirate museum along with it, and we have a good time. So I'm looking forward to a good time. Within our encampment, we may be doing. The quartermaster is famous for his pork and chili stew, so we may be doing that and enjoying that.
The captain's famous for going to sleep during events, so we got to get a picture of that.
Well, that happens a lot, and I'm comfortable with that. So yeah, I will. You know what? When it's time to take a nap, it's time to take a nap. That's all I got to say.
There you go. But we'll have both Friday night and Saturday night after the event, which slows down, we'll have cigars and libations for people to come over, the pirates to come over and join us and have a good time and relax.
All right. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a good event. As always, we enjoy coming over there for it. And the money we raise from your event, both via the contract that we have with the TDC and what we get from selling, we send it to, or we give it to two charities here in St. Augustine, Inc., and which is investing in kids, and Alia's Acres. And Alia's Acres took a real good hit this year on the storm. Their compound is over further in the Panhandle, I guess it was right in the path of the storm. So we're going to help them out a little bit. We'll see. And Captain Smooth says is off to a good nap. Absolutely right. A good nap. And these are called Captain's Power Naps.
You better believe it.
I have no problem. See, here's how you can tell if a captain is relaxed enough to take a nap. He has faith in his crew to continue doing what they're supposed to do. And he also has faith in his crew that they won't let anybody else come up and slit my throat. There you go. So, a power nap is a good thing. So what else? Is there anything else you want to tell us about the event?
No, we just want everybody to come down and have a good time. Like I say,
maybe is there a poster? Did you find a poster for it at least? Because I don't think we've actually said anything about dates. We just keep saying next weekend.
It's October 11th, 12th, and 13th.
There you go, right there. Very good.
I thought the email they sent me had more than one thing on it. I apologize about that. I will have to say something about that because I told them I needed all the stuff we needed to advertise our event. I do have to say one hello, Justin Jackleg, if you're watching. I know you are because at the meeting yesterday you said you wanted me to mention your name. So Justin, he's one of my originals. So
he's the one that always wants to know who's a better uncle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. It's me.
There you go.
Enough of that.
Yeah, we do a lot. Our crew does a lot for the special needs community. We actually have a buddy walk coming up this weekend that we're doing Saturday. And we're actually working with the Miracle League baseball teams, which is all special needs kids. This year we have actually 4 baseball teams for the Miracle League. Michelle, my wife, is actually coaching one of the teams. So we do a lot for the special needs community Miracle Leagues and the veterans. And we may be, if I can work it out right with the TDC and everything goes right, we may be taking supplies in for the hurricane victims that we can distribute out to everybody. And we have a Veterans Day event that we're coming up in November that we are going to be. We can't take our ship to it because the pirate, my second command, runs the ship, just had a heart attack and bypass surgery. So we'll just show up and be there as a presence. But please come out to Panama City, Pirates of the High Seas and Ren Fair, October 11th, 12th, and 13th. Probably the only one that would be right there on the beach or close to the beach for 3 days of great fun, parades, music, entertainment, and fireworks, and a great presence of some awesome pirates.
So let's go back to the baseball thing, or it's softball, right?
It's actually baseball, but because they're special needs, they use a very special soft baseball. And they play 2 innings each, and both teams win no matter the game. Both teams win, and some of the kids are in wheelchairs. And it goes anywhere from kids to adults that are in part of this. And we have people that buddy up to these guys, and when they can't seem to make it all the way around the bases, we make sure they go around the bases and make sure they get back to home base. And it's just a great time to celebrate with these special needs kids.
So you have me doing pitching for this, correct?
If you're available, yes, we have you doing pitching. Yes.
Michelle asked me, and I said, sure.
Yes.
Because I don't have to perform until later on in the day anyway.
Yes. Yes. Because we had another pirate last year do it. This year, we'd like you to do it if you can pitch for it. I always go out there and pitch for them. And it's just a lot of fun. And let me tell you, some of these kids, even though they're special needs, can whack that ball. I've been almost hit several times.
Well, it's going to be difficult for you to be a pitcher this year because I don't think you can even see home plate now.
No, I know. I can't even barely see the screen right now.
So, yes,
y'all look great. From what I can see, y'all look great.
I'll go out there and pitch and have a good time at it. It'll be a lot of fun.
You will. And
it's Saturday morning, right?
That is Saturday morning. And the field is actually, if you go from where we are at for the pirate event, you get out on the main road and it's just right across the highway. And we're going to see if we can get somebody to drive everybody over. So any pirate that comes in town that wants to go over to the Miracle League and support that event before they come to the Pirates of the High Seas event, we welcome that, and the kids love it. I will have to say, these kids, we've been doing it for so long, the kids know what my truck looked like. And if I don't show up in Pirate, they don't see my truck, they are asking, where's the captain? Where's the captain? So they will remember you, and they will appreciate you being there.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen, Pirates of the High Seas and Renaissance Festival in Panama City, Florida. It is well worth it. Come on down and enjoy. And I plan on Thursday night after we set up the tents, I plan on sitting back with our fire and relaxing.
Are you camping Thursday night too?
Camping Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night.
Well, we'll be all set up, so I'll be out there camping also.
So I plan on relaxing, and since Friday morning is not us jumping right up and doing anything, we'll be good to go. So
if anybody wants to send me a email and ask questions, it's ransom.mayhem@gmail.com. I'll be glad to answer any questions. Give anything I can do to help out.
Very good. So, Davey, looking at our scripting, it's This Week in History time.
Yep.
And that's sponsored by our good friends at Dick's Wings. Now, Dick's Wings is still a sponsor with us, but he has been very, very busy. We're trying to get him involved in a couple of other things, but he has bought a Dick's Wings in Jacksonville now, so he's been very busy. So hopefully I'll get him to answer up some of the questions I have for him being a sponsor. So Davey, Dick's Wings.
Welcome to This Week in History, sponsored by our good friends at Dick's Wings Bar and Grill. Wings, salads, wraps, quesadillas, and more. No matter what your taste buds crave, they've got you covered. We begin This Week in History in the year 1863. U.S. President Abraham Lincoln designates last Thursday in November as Thanksgiving Day. 1871. U.S. Mormon leader Brigham Young arrested for bigamy. 1888. Jack the Ripper murders 2 more women, Liz Stride and Kate Eddowes, in Whitechapel, London. Also in 1888, National Geographic magazine publishes for the first time. 1908. Henry Ford introduces the Model T car. Cost $825. 1913. U.S. federal income tax signed into law at 1% by President Woodrow Wilson. 1927. The Jazz Singer, directed by Alan Crosland, starring Al Jolson and Mae McAvoy, released, first film with a soundtrack. Honorary Academy Award, 1928. 1950. First strip of Charlie Brown, Lil Folks, later Peanuts, by Charles M. Schulz, published in 7 nationwide papers. 1955. American actor and cultural icon James Dean is killed in a car crash, age 24. 1960. The Flintstones, the first animated sitcom created by Hanna-Barbera, premieres on ABC in the U.S. 1961. JFK advises Americans to build fallout shelters. 2008. The $700 billion bailout bill for the U.S. financial system is signed by President George W. Bush. And finally, in 2010, Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger launched social media app Instagram. And that was This Week in History.
Very good, Davey. Very good. So somebody just asked real quick, Davey, somebody just asked, we did not mention this, is there a fee or a ticket cost to get into your event in Panama City?
No, there is not. It is totally free. There are some booths that may charge a minimal fee to do what they're doing. But I think we're at 45, 48 vendors that are there, so you can buy stuff. As far as interactions with the kids, we have pirate hats and swords that we should be giving out. Everything is free.
Okay.
There are some of the crews, like Pirates of the White Sands, will take donations that will go towards our events that we do or towards our nonprofit areas and like special needs and all that. But the event is a totally free event.
And
now, I will say the big event is in Aaron Besant Park. The parades will go through Pier Park, but this year the parade, in the past, the parade has started behind Target, behind Pier Park. This year the parade actually starts at our event in Aaron Besant and makes its way through and returns back to Aaron Besant.
Okay.
So you can stand there and watch the whole parade, but there is no cost to anybody other than if they want to buy drinks or something like that.
Right.
Everything is free for the public.
And you have some people in your crew that make and craft stuff, so you're selling stuff also for your charity.
Yeah, we will have a vending. We'll have a vending booth at our area. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Same with the swashbucklers. We have things that we set up and sell. We're actually going to have a rack. I'm hoping a pretty complete rack of period correct clothing for any of the pirates that are needing extra stuff to come look.
Very cool, because we have a lot of new pirates in my crew that are looking for stuff. I know Parlay 8 is if they're vending, they should have some stuff. And then if y'all have some stuff, that would be great. I'm just looking forward to having everybody back down here at Panama City.
Yeah, it'll be a good event, and we're making sure that we're saying good words to the mighty Poseidon so that we don't have to worry about any bad storms.
You better believe it.
Yes. Davey, I didn't actually have time to write anything for the captain's desk tonight. I think I'm going to just say one thing. All of us are going to see donation pages of all kinds across our spectrum of all our pirates. We can't give to everybody, and in some cases, I truly believe that as much as I would like to give to other people, we do have some areas that we're responsible for in our area. So always remember that it's best to make sure that you're taking care of things at home first, because if things at home fall apart, then you can't do for anybody else either. So I saw a kind of a negative post 2 days ago that somebody said exactly pretty much what I just said, that as much as they would like to help, they can't help those people because they have to take care of things in their area first. And they got negatively blasted by somebody for that. I think that's wrong. We can't help everybody, but we can try to help as best we can. And if we can't help in money or in presence, we do have to make sure that we pass on good wishes, good vibes, and prayers. And that's very important to understand. Cap Mayhem, Ransom, we had this conversation yesterday morning, and I believe you wholeheartedly agreed, right?
Uh-oh.
Did we lose him?
Just the pick.
He went offline. Hopefully he'll pop back in. Well, he'll pop back in a minute. We'll see what happens, I'm sure. On that note, Davey, do we have a new poster for Guests on Deck or
Yep.
a new video?
Yep.
Go ahead. I just got a phone call from Dell. His battery on his computer died. Yeah, we are tethered to electricity, ladies and gentlemen. So he said, thank you very much for the time on board. And I look forward to seeing several of the people that I see in our listing here. Parlay 8, I see Emily, Captain Smooth. Just sneak out of the house and come on down. And Samantha Taylor and all the Loose Cannon crew, I look forward to seeing all of you in 2 weeks and hope that we can have a good time and tip some rum. I'll try to remember to bring some extra so that we all have a good time. So, Davey, let's finish up with Mini Mayhem.
Okay, it's time for the answer to the joke of the week. What happened to the pirate that swallowed a bunch of keys? The answer is, he got lockjaw.
I'm glad Mini Mayhem can laugh. Man. Jeez. Man. I'll at least put it to you this way. I was thinking of that joke from a different end. And you can figure it out from there. Davey, let's put up our thank you video and say thank you to everybody that's part of our show.
The Captain's Quarters podcast is indeed a ship sailing the seas of the world, always in search of history, knowledge, and adventure. It takes a crew to run a ship, so we take this opportunity to thank those who help keep this ship afloat.
The casting crew: Captain William Mayhem, Navigator Davy Longwood, Gunner Hellfire Henley, Cartographer Mandy Joe, the Powder Monkey, and Juan Cam.
Helping others gives a crew purpose. Our treasured charities that we support: Inc., Investing in Kids; the Humane Society of St. Johns County; Alia's Acres, a no-kill animal rescue zone, and the cadets of the St. Johns County Fire Department. The 4 major charities that we support, but there's always room for more.
You too can be part of the crew and support the show in many ways. Go to Patreon. A small monthly contribution as Powder Monkey or First Mate memberships, or a single contribution. PayPal or Venmo. Go to YouTube, hit the like and follow buttons to join our ranks and support the show. It does take a crew. Thank you.
Very good. And of course, our numbers and where to watch us. You can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. Something new we've added. You can also listen to us on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Twitter, Castbox, Spotify, Stitcher, and Apple Podcast. Davey, did we find out is Spotify sound only?
It's video.
maybe it's both.
It's
Yep,
both.
it does both.
It goes both ways. All right.
All right, very good. I'm not going to even answer that one.
Okay.
And I'm doing things without my glasses right now.
A
So
number.
show us our numbers. Good, 1601. With some of the things we're looking at trying to do, I think we can get up to 1700 or close to it by the start of the new year. That's our challenge. 1700 by the start of the new year. X-Coasters, Riz. I don't know. If I can get an explanation, I'll understand it better. But okay. For now, though, ladies and gentlemen, it's always a delight to have you part of the show. I see some things popping up here. I should put my glasses on so I can see. I have 4 sets of glasses here, and none of them are working for me. But let me see what I've got here. Look up Captain's Quarters Podcast on Twitch. Why? What is
That's
the link to Twitch? That's why. Is there no link?
I don't know the link. I'd have to go actually pull it off of Twitch. But I know if you just type that into Twitch, it works because I did it.
Okay, there you go. You can just type it right in. Let me get this other pair of glasses that actually works. Magical glasses. So, and X-Coaster, wow, that stuff looks cool. Thank you very much, X-Coasters. We appreciate it. So yes, if you go to, in many cases, if you go to any of those formats and just type in Captain's Quarters Podcast, something will pop up, but we'll try to come up with some QR codes for everything and maybe change things around a little bit so everybody can do that. What do you think, Davey?
Yeah.
We find QR codes because we've got a poster that we just had made that we're going to be using. And the top one is to the St. Augustine Swashbucklers, the middle one is to YouTube, and the bottom one is to our Facebook page. So we have QR codes for everything. But it might be time to go ahead and get some QR codes for all of our different things. It'll get confusing if we keep doing so much, but
We just got to get a link tree put together, and you do a QR code to the link tree, and then all your stuff is in one place so they can click what they're looking for.
well, that would probably be the same purpose of going ahead and getting our new website in line, right?
Well, the websites will be slightly offish. The advantage to the link tree is you can put the link to Twitch, Spotify, YouTube, and all of your other stuff in one shot. The websites will have more clicking.
So
How old do I look, X-Coasters?
What's that?
X-Coasters asked how old I was. I'm asking how old they think I look.
Talking to you or maybe Davey?
Oh, Davey's Navigator. That's true. They're looking at you.
Davey looks young. but we'll leave it at that. Nightingale in Florida asked, what was the question of the week? The question of the week was, what were your 3 top favorite Halloween movies? I didn't see a whole lot of people answering that. Davey, you look 42. You'll take that, right?
Oh, of course.
Yes, of course. I would too. I like it when somebody says that I look like I'm in my 40s. It doesn't happen very often anymore. I can tell you that. Not a movie, but always have to watch. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. You know what? That is right. We have to watch The Great Pumpkin. Halloween, Hocus Pocus, and Sleepy Hollow. I would go with those 2, Sleepy Hollow and Hocus Pocus. Nightmare Before Christmas is a good one. I like that one. Dracula, Hocus Pocus. Love at First Bite. That was always a good one. I like that one. Very good. I like Hocus Pocus, both 1 and 2. There's a ghost movie I like. It's not Halloween, but it is a ghost movie, and it's a really cool ghost movie because it's a military movie. It's called Soul Survivor. I happen to think it's a pretty good movie because, well, I'm not going to tell you anything about it because it'll give it away. Mandy looks like she's in her 40s, Navigator in his 70s, Mayhem in his 50s. Boy, I'll take 50s. Navigator 70s? Well, we'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end time of our show. It's been great to have you. We truly appreciate everybody being a part of the show. And next week, I'll probably have my pirate gear on. But tonight, in honor of Orange Shirt Day, I was wearing my orange shirt, which actually, these orange shirts have our logo on the back of them for Spooktacular. If I can show it. All right. I don't know if that worked or not, but we have some extras from last year. We're probably going to try to do something with them to aid in a little bit more support for Spooktacular. So we're looking forward to having you on the show again next week, as is every Monday. And we always have a way of signing off. Davey, how do we do that?
Part of the podcast.
Part of the crew.
Always. We can't do it without you. Well, yes, we can, but it's not quite as much fun. So having you here and watching the show and being a part of our audience and our crew makes us feel special. We do it for you. Till next week, ladies and gentlemen. Bye.
Time of history's embrace, captain's quarters.